Magsasaka natin ang nagrereklamo sa masyadong pagmahal ng presyo po ng petroleum-based inputs way back in 1993. And there were also concerns already at that time, or mounting concerns, about the deleterious impact of the overuse of inorganic inputs in agriculture. So, meron din po yung concern about the environment. Bukod po doon sa issue po ng masyadong humihina ang kita ng magsasaka kasi taon-taon, pamahal ng pamahal po yung presyo ng mga inputs, mga abono po, mga pesticides, and so on. There was of course already the issue regarding the effects of the overuse of inorganic inputs on human health. So there was also that issue or the concern about the health of us human beings, and those were three of the major reasons that impelled me to file that bill in 1993. And dito po sa, kung babasahin po natin yung bill, yun din po yung tatlong pangunahing rason kung bakit meron pinasa po ng Kongreso at nilagdaan po ng Pangulo noong April 6 ito pong bagong batas tungkol po sa organic agriculture. So the concern about the poor economic health of farmers because of the increasing prices of petroleum-based inputs, we wanted to make farmers more profitable, and then at the same time address issues regarding the environment at saka human health. And there was also, by the way, the issue also about how can we lessen the problems with respect to waste disposal. Di ba? Ang laking problema po yung waste disposal na yan. Hindi lang po sa rural, kundi pati po sa mga, lalo na po sa mga lalaking syudad, like Metro Manila. Every day you see dozens of trucks still going to the various dump sites, when a lot of these waste materials can be processed naman into something or useful like organic fertilizer. So kung meron sanang comprehensive program that will utilize the biodegradable wastes, ang laki rin pong tulong sa ating mga LGU. Kasi imbis na siguro, let's say, 100 truck araw-araw, maka you need only 20 trucks. Because you can already process the biodegradable waste doon po sa level po ng mga households at saka ng mga barangay kung saan nandoon po yung basura. And I think probably every truck that goes to a dump site, maybe a city will spend what? Dati, 2,000 per biyahe. Imagine the savings also that accrue to the city, and we will also reduce the problems with respect to pagka kasi nandyan na mga basura sa dump site, eventually, baka pati po sa ating water table, papasok po yung mga pan eh. Hindi po ba? Mga toxic wastes. So that would be the fourth major objective of this new organic law. Turn garbage into gold. Ika nga. Now, pumasa po yan sa House in the 9th Congress, pumasa sa, I think, the 10th Congress until my final term in 2001, pasado. Unfortunately, somehow, hindi po nakakalagpas po sa Senado. Despite all the efforts we exerted to have that bill also approved in the Senate. Kasi po, hindi pwede magkaroon po ng batas na hindi pasado po sa both houses. So, kailangan po yung Senado, papasa rin po. Fortunately, nung si Congressman Procy Alcala po, ng 2nd District ng Quezon, ay umupo po siya, I think in 2004, ni-resurrect ni Procy yung bill. And but still you will notice that from 2004 to 2010, 6 years na naman po ang lumipas until finally the bill became a law, now called 10,006 days. So bilangin po natin from 1993 to 2010, 17 taon po na pinaglaban bago po naging batas. In the meantime, as was explained by Pabs, nung panahon ko po sa Department of Agriculture, nagbuo po kami ng task force. My problem at that time was that although we already set up a task force, I could not get in my view, an honest to goodness, organically committed person in the Department of Agriculture. Kasi ito hindi sapat na batas